Hello kittens, welcome back. This is Seb the Cat. So, sorry I'm a bit late today. I've been working on some announcer sounds for our new game Split Races. We'll run through those sounds in a quick minute. Just to give you a quick overview, Split Races is a split screen game for mobile, which is a little bit weird. Not a lot of people are doing split screen for mobile because the screen is tiny. So we're doing a super simple UI, graphics, and just trying to make a nice arcadey race battle game using the Godot engine. So I'm going to switch over to my editor and let's have a look at where the project is so far. Okay, so I've screwed up our buttons a little bit because I've changed the global theme of the game. But let's just make sure we have an idea of how the game's coming along. Okay, so each player has 3 buttons. Let me just turn this down. And in fact, I've outputted the work we've done on the theme song in Logic last week, and that's now in the game. So you should hear the updated theme song. And the idea is that both players collect stars and weapons, and we're going to introduce a phase system so that you've got 30 seconds to collect as many stars and weapons as you can. And then when the 30 seconds is up, both players have to battle it out to the death. So last week we also added a new UI feature, so when you're aiming using the touch screen and you click, the aim button gets bigger, and then you can now drag up and down on that shoot button to tweak your aim, and that makes it a lot easier. I noticed it was quite difficult to shoot or to aim once you'd shot because the fingers would be on the other buttons, so that allows a much better gameplay, I think, when you're using the touchscreen. Obviously the keyboard works as well for testing. We've got just 3 weapons at the moment. We'll add some more soon. Some boost pads and I think 4 different levels, but we'll add more of those soon as well. So we've added colored lights to both the players so that we can easily identify who is who. We've got it's actually blue, but it comes out as green. And so both players have their weapons and coins all tracked. So what I want to do today is I want to implement some sounds I've been working on, which are ridiculous, but I kind of like them. These are the voice sounds, and essentially I've recorded myself as the announcer, and I have run them through a number of effects in Logic and a vocoder system. And so let's have a quick look at some of these sounds we've got. And yep, they are ridiculous, but
it's a draw.
I kind of like how the voice came out, like with all the effects.
Fire shield. Fire shield. Hurry up. Missile. Missile. Player 1 wins.
And so the main reason for doing these sounds is to announce the phases, which I want to implement now. So
Phase 1. Collect stars and weapons. Phase 2. Fight.
Right, so it's like Phase 1. Collect stars and weapons. Phase 2. right? So a bit of that is
Split Races. Welcome to Split Races.
yeah. I got all theatrical and stuff. I decided not to do that on stream because that was many levels of ridiculous, but a lot of fun. So cool. All right. So what I want to do is I want to figure out how we do our phase system. I guess the first thing we want to do is add a tracker for the phase system, and that is probably just going to be in the game state. So we've got this time. Sorry, not this one. It's in our model. So this model is our game state, and I guess we just need didn't realize there's actually an enum type in Godot. I think it's like enum. We'll say phases, and then we'll say. Heck, I need to check the docs to see how that works. One moment. Okay, I think we've got our Godot docs in here. Alright, so let's have a look at enum. It should be under GDScript. Maybe just GDScript basics. I think there's a section in there. Um, Here we go. Okay. Keys and a named enum are not registered as local state addresses. Name. Okay. So we're gonna say phase 1 is actually equal to 0 and phase 2 is equal to 1. Okay, so we've got our two phases. And what I want to do, I guess, is, well, that's easy enough. We can just say like can shoot. Oh, and we need a variable for the current phase, right? And that's always going to default to phase 1. Oh, it's phases.phase1, right? Yep. Okay, so the current phase is always going to be, just put that in there, phase 1 to begin with, right? And if current phase is equal to phases.phase1, then return false, right? Like we can't shoot at the beginning in the first phase. Phase 1 is just collecting items, preparing yourself for battle. Okay. So our players should no longer be able to shoot at all. Even if we cheat and load something. Yeah. So players can't shoot. And I think what we want is I guess we also want like players here. And player 1 equals 0 and player 2 equals 1. And we want var, what would we call that? Weapons. Say like player, actually no, we don't need that numbers yet. So I guess we can have player 1 weapons, right? Is equal to an empty array, and then we can have player 2 weapons equals an empty array. And I think what we'll do is we've got a game timer. I think we need. We'll call this like a phase timer, I guess. And I'm thinking I might just delete, I don't know, the time manipulator didn't really feel right at the end. You couldn't really get it to sound or look good. So I might just delete that. And we may as well commit that delete and anything to do with the time manipulator. Okay. So here we just say all of this stuff is updating sound and music and music asset. Okay, we want to ignore everything under the exports folder, so let's ignore that. Here, this is updating our Android build profile, export profile. This we didn't actually implement. I'll just leave that for now. We do the stars. Okay, so we updated the way that stars blink. Date, star animation. Okay, this shader was, yeah, not great.